say, I notice she only watching me, baby. I can't let she get away, so I ask she to dance with me. She laughing and only watching me, baby. I just want her wine, is that okay? She grab up my hand and say, on wale dance. When the girl wine on me, all my troubles float away. Now the old party breaking away. What she say, what now she rolling back on me, and she balling something choking me. Oh yeah. Now she looking back at me, and she balling something choking me, baby. Oh, like Noah, choking me. First fight Noah, choking me. This day like Noah, choking me. Cause she like when I plenty days now. Don't wind me waist now. Wind by the case now. Cause she like how I all night long we dancing suke. The girl only dancing with me. Every man in the party watching me, baby. She says she don't want to party. She just want to dance it with me. She don't care if everybody watching me, baby. Oh, like the girls who care in on me. She clap up my hand and say, "Anu wale dance." When the girl whine on me, all my troubles float away. Now the old party breaking away. When she say what she say, what now she rolling back on me, and she balling something choking me. Oh yeah. Now she looking back at me, and she balling something choking me, baby. Oh like Noah, first fight Noah, this day like Noah, cause she like when I plenty days now. Don't buy me waist now. Right by the case now. Cause she like how I she say, allez mon chéri, voulez-vous danser, baby? She say.
Hey everyone, it's your girl Rosa here. Welcome back to our second episode. Want to give a big shout out to all our supporters from St. Martin. Yesterday was St. Martin Day. Want to say happy post St. Martin Day, and thanks for the support.
Hi y'all, it's your girl Elizabeth, and once again, happy St. Martin's Day to those who are from St. Martin and those who was also raised and made St. Martin their home. Happy St. Martin's Day to you also.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Liz. Happy St. Martin's Day to one and all. You know, one island, one people. Hope y'all had a blessed
One
St.
love.
Martin's Day.
Yes, I hope everyone eat that the
Johnny cake,
cakes.
Johnny cake and chicken leg.
Yeah,
These are things that'll make you miss home. You know, when you're up here in Holland in the
definitely.
cold, you wish you was outside in St. Martin in the beaches or festival village, eating, drinking. My hoot.
Definitely. But I really do something here for like St. Martin's. They don't do it like here. No?
No, I think they had a couple of events, but they weren't really not like how we celebrate back home for sure. Not.
You know, these times I miss being home. Indeed, like Rosa
Definitely,
said.
especially now it is winter time, getting cold, foggy. Wish you was in the warm, nice beaches. Maria.
Yeah, it is what it is. We all make decisions to move for better life or for different reasons. We just have to accept the things that comes with it.
Yeah, we just get vacations to go enjoy it. And
Is that
Rosa gonna go enjoy for us soon. So
just
she
now?
gonna
Just
bring back
now.
some saltiness for us.
Yeah, going down for Christmas because I ain't want to spend Christmas here. Not this year, honey. So yeah. Anyhow, let's get into it. Today we can talk about rekindling old love and our thoughts and opinions about that, and just go with the flow and see. Elizabeth.
Yes, while we talk about that, also feel free to chime in. But well, you can see I'm live on Instagram, so if you have questions, feel free to just send it here. Or if you're on the Twitch, feel free to also send your questions or your commentary there, and we make sure to read it out. So rekindling all love, what does that mean? So if we think about the concept of rekindling, it means to reignite something that has already been dead, more or less. But I think when we rekindle all love, I think we need to look at how was it, like how is this all love going to be beneficial? Because a lot of us rekindle a lot of toxic things and it doesn't do anything for us. So I do think that when you're rekindling a relationship, you need to think about all aspects, whether it's healthy for you or unhealthy. if it was ended on good terms, on bad terms, or also look at the aspect where you was in life, because a lot of things also kind of, those different things also determine whether or not it's worth rekindling such things. But just because we see like celebrities going back, don't mean you need to spin the block, okay? Don't mean you need to spin the block. I don't know what you guys think.
Well, my opinion, I kind of agree with you, but I also have like another opinion. Like, it's true, you need to like analyze and see why the relationship ended, and see if you could rekindle the love, because some people don't break up per se because they were toxic. Maybe somebody decided to go abroad to study, or decided to live abroad to work, or something else. And then maybe if you come back in the same country and decide, hey, should we rekindle this love or not? I would say give it a try. But I don't agree. Like, if you know you was in a toxic relationship, like fighting and all of the above, just toxic, I don't agree like that you should rekindle that kind of love, because you can just put yourself in a situation that you left for the same reason, and then you're going back to be in the same hurt and stuff like that. I don't believe in that. But some people, like, this is like the harsh truth. Some people just can't be like alone, and they can't accept, like, because a lot of things play like a factor. Like, for example, if you was together with somebody for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, the relationship was toxic, but you had all your good moments, so you can't really let go of the good moments, even though that you had more bad moments than good moments. Is sometimes also difficult to just let go. So a lot of factors do play a big role. But I would say if your relationship was toxic and you break up, you manage to let go, don't go back, sis, because you already know what coming. So it's easier said than done, I must say. But I would advise just focus on yourself. Focus on yourself, find a new hobby, learn something new, and learn to be alone, because sometimes being alone is the best thing. You ain't got nobody stressing you, ain't gotta be thinking about shit, ain't got nobody cussing at you, or you getting out of character because of what the other person doing. So yeah, it all depends on the situation at the end of the day, and how you break off and stuff like that. But I would say, like, if it did end good, then you could rekindle. But if it end toxic, in a toxic way, don't rekindle. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Sorry about that.
Some technical
Yeah,
difficulties.
so
Now Liz going to give her thoughts about it.
for me personally, look, Nelly and Ashanti, one, they're rich people, so they cry different. Like I gotta say, it's different when you're crying in a Buick and when you're crying in a Lamborghini. So you need to understand that too. They had their own different differences. I think they were in two different times, two different periods in their lives. She wanted marriage and commitment, and he basically said, I'm married to my
The
career.
streets.
No, he was married to his career. So it's like, you want to make sure that, one, you need to know. Usually I just say, if you break up for a reason. So
True.
if there's a reason to that, if I go as far as putting a point behind a relationship, why would I want to go spin the block? Because that means either something was done to me that I see there's no turning back to. So not because now you change your representative to introduce me to somebody else and you telling me nice things now, but I gotta remember the hurt that you gave me at that point. If that person ain't really willing to change, you can be in the same situation, invest more time into something that somebody just they gaslighting you a little bit, sis. So yeah, you ain't thing, and this situation might be different than yours. So don't take that as a moment to be like, oh, I'm gonna spin the block with my ex because yeah, they look happy on the cam. Because on social media, people present themselves in one way, but behind social media, people present themselves in another way. So
True.
make sure you make choices that are good for you, physically, mentally, and financially. Because, and I can put more emphasis on the mentally part, because a lot of times we're in relationships and we so focus on like, oh, how we can change and how we can adapt and help somebody. Like, I want my man to see me like this, my man needs XYZ from me, but I am not willing to receive that from my man. So I'm just putting myself like, I can change it, but you need 200s for a relationship to be good.
Mm-hmm.
If you giving me 50, I can't give you 150 because I gonna be lacking. The way I need to be loved, you not bringing that to the table for me. So that's not gonna give me a good feeling. It's not gonna make me feel good. I always gonna feel like something is lacking.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that and make sure that you make the best choices that work for your situation.
For yourself, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. But I think what Rose said was also very important. A lot of people hold on to the history that they have
Facts.
with people in order to say this thing could work out. But we need to realize just because you have history with somebody don't mean it's worth holding on to, especially if it's been mentally draining, spiritually draining, emotionally, physically draining. You need to understand, yes, we may have history, but at the end of the day, you need to love yourself more and realize where it needs to put a full stop at it, you know? And I think also that has a lot to do with a lot of people just focus on just the chemistry. That's the issue. And not the compatibility of the relationship. And I think that where the problem starts because we hold on to chemistry. We like, oh yeah, we had good times. We go all together to 10 years. We build together. And that's just chemistry. But what is the level of compatibility do you have? Because compatibility goes beyond the surface level, you know? It's way deeper than the good times that we had. I need to know.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it's way deeper. It's way deeper than that. It's way deeper than that because if I were you in 10 years and I come in my house and I don't have peace, what am I doing here? Because I can't come home and I don't want to be here. You know,
home should be peace.
Yeah.
Like I already every day. I will say when I come home, I want to come home to my man in a good space, just rest. Ain't no fighting. That's the best thing.
Yeah, I ain't saying
You want to come home to cussing and arguments.
We could have disagreements,
Of
but
course.
we don't need to
Yeah,
have
of course.
arguments. Because
Yeah.
of disagreement, we both could agree to disagree
Mm-hmm.
and have a conversation in a way that is respectful, one, to my partner, and also that my partner also respects what I say. Two, you're actively listening because hearing and listening is two different things. When you're
Facts.
listening, you're
Gotta say
actually in tune with what a person telling you that they need from you.
Mm-hmm.
And hearing, you just taking it in one ear and leaving
And
it
you
in
just
the
going
other.
to
to
out.
respond. You just
Exactly,
you just
or
going to
you're
respond.
combative, you understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes we fall short as well. So understand that and don't take that always as a, like, oh, I right or I need this from that type of relationship because you have your perspective of your relationship, but your partner has their
Different.
perspective of their relationship.
Yeah.
So I could
That's
feel
true.
like I doing, oh, I give my man 100%, but if I ain't communicating with you, and that goes back to the point that Elizabeth said, compatibility. Are you even able to have a conversation level-headed? And if not, there's room for growth because we're not perfect. But are you willing to work towards that?
Mm-hmm.
Because it don't make no sense if I can't communicate to my partner. I should want to be able to come to my man or my woman for those who in a same-sex relationship. And be
just
able to-
vice versa.
Yeah, or
It don't
vice
matter.
versa.
Anybody in a relationship.
Like I should be able to respect you, understand you, and really willing to listen to what you need out of a relationship. So I could make a change. I could be like, okay, I received that, I understand that. How can I approach the situation better and improve growth in myself, but also in the relationship?
True.
But that takes a level of maturity because not everybody could just like is what you say. Sometimes you say something to someone and they don't listen to what you're saying. They just hearing you to respond. So
I agree. I think a lot of time, but maturity don't come over time. And I think when you're in a relationship at our age and you want a partnership for a lifetime, that maturity won't come there. If you just
it comes by itself. Yeah. Because I must say I was in a relationship from a young age and comparing myself in the beginning to now is like, well, different. I still working on myself every day, gradually, you know. But in comparison, it's like, damn.
it's like night and
Growth,
day because
bitch.
you're young, right? When you're young, we see things differently. I could speak also for myself.
That's
Like
true.
I just feel
Things like now, this conversation we having, I would not understand. They should like have a conversation, communicate. What the fuck I gotta communicate? You have to know what the fuck I need. Like,
Yeah.
I ain't gotta communicate shit. You're supposed to
men
know.
can't read minds either.
That was my mentality before, but now it's like, it's what you
It's
say.
true.
He can't read my mind. I have to tell him what I need, what I want.
And
Okay,
now-
certain things that come from self, he know what he gotta do, but certain things that I feel like I lack in, you have to communicate to the person because how the fuck do they know?
I agree. And I feel like to a certain extent, when we put people with a long time, it has also come like that automatically. It's something that I think is human nature that we kind of just fall into. Like, oh, but I've been with you for X amount of years, so you're just supposed to know. But we also change. If you're the same person
It's
you
true.
was 5 years ago, then something wrong. Because there's something wrong. Because there's supposed to be growth, you know, and humans in relationship, we're supposed to be able to grow into a better version of ourselves, right? We don't want to be the same thing. I have had my ignorant moments.
We all have.
You know,
We all have had.
I don't want to be an ignorant person. I want to be able to listen to somebody and also be listened to and feel like that
Facts.
person could feel comfortable enough to come and approach me with things that might be uncomfortable. So for me to be able to be in that space, I do need to be able to change, you understand? So that's very important to me personally in a relationship. I don't want to guess because sometimes I also feel like, you know, yeah, we expect men to guess, but I as a woman also don't want to guess what you're feeling, what
That's
your
true.
like what your emotions are. I want you to be comfortable enough to tell me like, hey babe, like I didn't appreciate this.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's have a conversation about that and see how we could approach this better next time. So we could avoid those type of conflicts.
It's true.
Because the goal is always to have like a nice relationship where you come home and you enjoy your partner as you said before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come home and be dreading like, oh, I want to stay at work and have an extra hour drink because when I go
Yeah.
home, my man
Stress.
always a drama. Like that ain't cool.
I
And
can't imagine
I
though.
can't do that
That
for
must
a
be a
lifetime.
stressful life.
Yeah, that is stressful. But do guys take in mind, we are not saying it's not okay to be yourself. It's okay to be yourself, but you also need to realize there are also things within yourself that also is unhealthy and it needs to change. And I think a lot of us feel like when somebody tells us certain things, you're like, oh, you don't want me, this is who I am. But it's okay to be who you are, but also we need to realize who you are. Everything that you are is not 100%, and not everything is perfect. So if you want things to work out, it has to be a teamwork. It has to be level on both ends. Yeah? So, as you can see, we dropped the Twitch link at the bottom, so you can feel free to also give your commentary there and also share it, share the live, share the page. If you have any comments, anything you want to
Any
add
questions?
on, you feel free to drop it on either platform and we will respond.
Yeah, and let us know,
accordingly.
like, how do y'all feel about this? Are you in a relationship? How long have you been in a relationship? Do you encounter these problems? Have you seen growth in yourself? Or if you want to spin the block, sis, spin the block. If you want to spin the block and you think it's worth it, spin the block and let us know how does that work for you or towards your relationship.
Yeah. Like they say, if how you like it, I love it.
Right?
It's true. At the end of the day, I would say just do whatever makes you happy, sis or bro. Like it
Make
don't
sure
really
you're
matter
happy.
people's opinion. At the end of the day, if you in a space that you feel happy with the person, with your ex or new man, new woman, once you happy, that's important. Once your mental state, emotional state is good, then it's good.
Yes. Once you're happy at the end of the day, it don't matter what nobody say. Because we're not
Exactly.
in there with you. Yeah?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
how do you feel about people in relationships who have open relationships? Would you be open if your partner came to suggest for you to have an open relationship? Would you be open to that?
Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you now. I can't be in an open relationship.
Or maybe a polyamorous relationship?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so. I don't. If my partner come and say, yeah, babe, I want to be in an open relationship. You do what you want. I do what I want. I don't know if I going to be much in agreement with that.
No.
I don't like to mix with multiple people at the same time. Like, if I with one person, I just want to be with that one person. I don't want to be with him today and then with somebody else tomorrow. Like, I don't really agree with that much. So I would have some difficulties in processing that information. Like, okay, what we're going to do now? Because it's either, yeah, you put that shit to the side or we breaking up.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable because I believe in soul ties. People don't realize how serious that thing is because a lot of people come with the bad energy, bad situation, whatever they believe in beliefs. Some people practice all type of things, and then they come and bring it into your household, into you, and then sometimes, and then you're like, why is this thing going bad in my life? Why is this happening to me? And then you don't realize because this
Energy
person
is a very strong thing.
transporting their energy and their aroma, whatever it is, into your life, and now you have extra baggage or extra trauma because of this person. And I also, people like, I don't want to, because I also think about all these diseases and
I
stuff
was
like
just about to
that.
say that.
Because while you sleeping with this one, you think you're sleeping with her, that person sleeping with 2-3 people, and that 2-3 people sleeping with 3-4 other people.
Exactly, and you don't even know if they're using protection. Like,
and then you coming back bringing like what, a bunch, like 10 bodies to your main thing. Nah,
I would say if you
don't.
want to be doing that, you just have to be single.
I
You
don't
want to be like me. I can't be in an open relationship because I too jealous. Like, if I see my man kissing another woman in front of me and I gotta just be here, like, yeah, that getting my pussy wet. You what the fuck? Nah, that fuck that fuck making me mad. Now I want to beat both of you asses because what the fuck is this? I can't do that. I cannot. It's nasty. For me then. Sorry, no offense to other people. It's just my opinion. Like, I find it kind of nasty if you sleep in one night with one man, the other night with another man, and so forth. It's the same thing what Elizabeth said. Like, because I fucking this man, he must be fucking 2, 3, or 4, 5 bitches, and then he coming back to sleep with me. Like, I can't. That shit just give me like.
And the thing is,
a headache.
what we need to realize, when you're sleeping with one person, another person sleeping with another person, you open the relationship so wide, it also makes for everybody to be able to share diseases among themselves. But also, I just feel like emotionally you can't really give yourself to more than one person at a time. But I can't. Some people can.
Some people can, yeah.
But you always have a favorite, and people don't talk about that. There's always a favorite.
But
the favorite is your main nigga, and the other one is your side nigga.
But sometimes the side end up becoming the favorite.
But is it the favorite because you don't have the issues that you would have at home with your main nigga? Because that's a difference too, right? You go outside looking for what you don't receive at home, right? If you're a woman at home having an argument, you gonna go outside, you want a good time. But as soon as that bitch become the main, sometimes he need a next side chick too. Because he level you up, so now he gotta level her up 2 points too. He be like, nah, you get elevated to them. So what if you leave? So the question now, what if you leave your main nigga for your side nigga? You need another side nigga to back him up?
Yeah, but
eventually.
I think that's the problem, because I think I was watching a lady and she said she with them for 2 different reasons. She was like, yeah, I'm with my husband because when it comes to financials, this and this and that, he's good with that. She said, I'm with this guy because the things that I like to do, I'm adventurous, da 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 da. He likes to do that. So then I think people want to have, like, I always tell people, you cannot be perfect. You cannot expect someone to have all 20 things on your list. You understand? It's very impossible that you're going to meet somebody who takes everything.
Her advice is like, bitch, I can get 2 men.
You understand? And if you think about it, it's always, when you see people who do that, they always say, yeah, I like this person for this reason. And this person, because they're trying to compensate from what they don't have in the next one. So that person may have a 7, but they want to get a 30% from another person to make 100. But that don't work, because then now you realize within that 70% you have a lot more to gain, and then after then you go into a 30% just because you want to live off of the rush of certain things that you may think like, oh yeah, I like to party, I like to do this, he like to do this, so let's go with him, or she like to do that, let me do this together. And then sometimes y'all don't know, you mess up a good thing, you leave your house for a hotel, and then when the 30% when the 30% now because it's like the placebo effect. They teach you, they have the 80-20, and the 20% always creating most of the problems, because you think like, you know what I'm talking about, Rosa, right? You know what I'm talking about, not placebo effect. Oh Jesus, they teach us this in school, the 80-20.
The 80-20 rule.
Yeah, and it's the 20% that always creates the most of the problem, because you have the 80 who is full in agreement, and the 20% is the one that either makes or break the entirety of things. Yeah. And then you have to get rid of that 20%. But people don't think like that because they want to live in the moment and just feel good. And then when the 20% start to act a certain way, you're like, yeah, but why you behaving like, well, you meet me like this. This is what I want to do. I want to be like this. Now you want to go back to your 70? No.
I feel like nowadays, like the whole polygamy, it gotten like really common. I feel like a lot of people just want to be in things, like hopping on trends and shit. Because if you go back to a few years ago, you wasn't really seeing that. It was mostly like, okay, men or women cheat on their partner or something like that, but not that all people just coming together and say, oh yeah, we're in a polygamous relationship. I feel like Also, no, people just following things that trending.
I agree, and I feel that a lot of women also feel like they're not enough. So that works. You need to work on your self-love, sis. You need to work on your,
Yeah,
you know,
because
like on the value that you have as a woman. Like, do you feel that you're really enough? And I think sometimes women looking for this in a man, but we need to come to a relationship complete. Two broken people can't make a whole relationship. That's for one. And for two, I also think that some women just put in up because we live in a, let's be real, we live in an era where everything is Instagrammable, everything is Facebookable. If you don't post your man, you with him, or he probably have a side chick, or like, you know, but why do you need to leave people in all aspects of your relationship? One, that's my personal opinion. And two, why do you care so much about what other people have to say about your relationship? And thirdly, I feel like people are more lazy nowadays, that they don't want to work enough, so they want a third person to help financially. But like Elizabeth was saying, for example, a woman says she need one for financial and one for adventure. How about you work on yourself so you could have a criteria or what type of man you're willing to let into your life, so you don't have to just take any and any man that comes to talk to you, or any and anybody is qualifying to you. And this goes for men as well, you know, not because a woman have a nice pretty face and a nice body and she can't have a conversation, she don't want to work towards no goals, she just want to stay home, smoke a blunt. Nothing against people who smoke or do certain things that you might find, for example, not really what you're looking for in a relationship. Why do you have to settle? I think we settle a lot of times for certain things instead of working on ourselves, because sometimes you ain't ready for no relationship when you can't even in detail describe the type of person that you need in your life.
It's true, but that goes back to the point that I said earlier. Like, a lot of people don't know how to be by themselves. It's difficult to be alone for them.
I mean, it's difficult, but then you need a little bit of therapy. You need to find out the reason why you
but
need
a lot of people don't like
coexist.
sit down and reflect on themselves. That's a good point. Like, how they know that they need therapy?
Well, some people, I was watching something yesterday, for example, and the girl said the way she does get over people is by getting under somebody else. So she said, I've never been alone. And I listened to her and I was like,
that's sad.
You got 4 kids, 3 baby daddies, and you've never been alone. Now you're in a lesbian relationship because you probably feel, well, I can't say why she become a lesbian, but my interpretation of watching her for a while, it was kind of like, and then she's like, yeah, this person can't give me this. One, you need to realize people just give you what they want to give you. Okay, somebody's not gonna give you. If a man don't want to give you time, he's not gonna give you time.
Exactly.
If a man don't want to be a financial provider, he's not gonna be a financial provider. So stop requiring things of people that you see only the potential of that person, but that's not the reality.
True. You could, don't get wrong, you could require something. You could have your standards. Don't get wrong. You could have your standards, but don't expect it from somebody that you know not going to give you what you require.
I'm not saying you can't expect it. So let me rephrase. Don't, if a man showing you, right, you met a man and he was on a block and that's his hustle and he don't work no 9 to 5. When he marry you, don't expect for him to become a stand-up guy working a 9 to 5, coming home at 6 a.m. because he was never that. You want something from somebody that they're not capable of giving to you. So we need to be real with what are people even capable. So first, like I said, work on your self-love and self-value as a woman so you can even be at the point where you can say, hey, this is the type of man I have. And when you work on yourself, you're going to attract those type of people. When you're a broken woman, you're going to attract broken men.
I just always say, like, if you know what you want from a man or from whoever in friendship, relationship, people just know now. People just know what they could get away with or what they can't get away with. If you're a woman that be like, listen, I need this and this and this from you, or else that's we done, he can either act accordingly because he want to be with you, or if he continue doing the same shit, he don't give a fuck. You already know what that means. On to the next.
People only gonna do what you allow.
What you allow them to.
Yeah.
But if you're a person that, you don't really care and stuff, you're not gonna put no effort to do things that you like or that you need.
And also that goes for also women.
He can just do the basic.
Yeah.
It also goes for women too, because they have rules who are a certain way, and then the men expect them to change, do a whole 90. But you have to also accept like how you meet them. If they're showing you this is who I am.
I don't think you have to accept if we're talking back on growth. If you with a partner and the partner willing to change, but I do think that you need to be able to. You need to be realistic in the situation. So, like, for example, going back to the girl, right? When she said that, I was like, that's kind of sad because that means you have no self-love. You just, and then she even said something. She said that oh, I need to know what my partner goals are. So her partner goals was, for example, the woman was like, I want to get out of debt. They're Americans, you know. I want to get out of debt. I want to clear my credit cards. I want to be able to be good. I'm a mom. She was like, so I'm focused on this. And then the girl's like, yeah, but I have 4 kids and I need to know where my life is things. So my question for y'all is, does your partner goals need to align with your goals? Because I gonna say personally, I don't feel so. I think you need to have your own goals, focus on God, focus on what you got going on, work on yourself. And when you are a healed person who got good things going on, God gonna send you somebody who gonna fit your
going
goals.
to automatically,
they're gonna align. I don't feel like you go where a person, and then if the person want to fly planes, you want to be a captain too. Are you that means you're a follower?
Yeah, and you don't have your own
your own thought process. You don't have your own opinions. You don't know what you want in life.
So, what was the question?
So does your partner goals have to align with your goals?
Oh, well, for me, not necessarily, not particularly, because I feel like I is my own person, and I have to do. They say you have to have your own life outside of the relationship. So that is important for me to have my own goals, things I want to work on, things I need for myself. That has nothing to do with a relationship, and I feel like my partner also have to have that. It is not. It's just exactly what you said. Like, if because he want to go fly airplanes, I want to be a stewardess. No, no, I don't believe in that. But it have people that is be like that for you, know. Like, they don't have their own identity. They don't know what they want, and they just like jumping from this to this to this to this because they don't know. They're just following their friends. They don't even have to be like a man or whatever, or the woman, whatever. So I find it's important for both of us to have our separate lives apart from the relationship. That's important to me. Of course, like, don't like in the future with like things to get married or like a house or stuff like that, kids, those kind of goals, yes, I feel like they need to align. But as you say, when you focus on like yourself and doing your things, your partner is everything going to align at the end.
I think you're going to attract a different type of person.
Exactly. You're going to attract the same person as yourself. Like, you focus on your bag, focus on your thing, you're going to attract the same person that in the bag, doing what they got to do, know what they want from like in life and stuff like that. So I feel like, yeah, it's not particularly important that our goals align right now, but in the future, yes. To me, what's important
your
is that
your marital goals should align and your relationship goals should align, but your personal goals can
exactly
be
that. Like,
different.
yes, I don't feel like everything like we just focus on the relationship. We're not focusing on ourselves. Like, everything is the relationship, but we don't have like our own life apart from the relationship. I don't agree with that.
I agree. No, for me to answer.
Yeah,
I do think it's important that everyone has his or her own goals set, because I think a lot of people get so lost in the relationship that they lose their own self, their own sight of what they actually wanted to do to begin with. So I think it's very important when you do get with somebody. I think what happens is, like, if I am a hustler, I'm a grinder, I can't be with somebody who don't understand that type of thing.
Facts. And I always say that. I can't be with no man, maldito vago, that just want to be in the house, doing nothing, playing game, and I outside getting this money. Nah.
Not even to that aspect, because that person also could be working, but they don't understand how I go 3 times or 4 times as hard, and it's like, oh, yeah, you doing this, you doing that, and I want somebody to also be understanding of that type of mentality that I have. So, like, I also am very straightforward with it. I tell you, like, listen, this is me, this is who I am, this is how I like to be, da-da-da-da. And I think with the man in general, or whoever you with in general, a person has to be somebody who's like-minded and could understand that type of vibe, because I think that also creates a lot of the clashes in relationship. Because, like, I think I was watching a guy, he say a lot of people especially women want their partners to provide, but expect them to be home 24/7. But he's like, if somebody's out there getting it and providing, you have to understand, it got sometimes that he gotta sacrifice meals because he gotta go out there and get it. Not saying they ain't gonna make no time, but sometimes this comes with the lifestyle of wanting to live a certain lifestyle or have a certain thing. So I do want somebody to have the same mindset as me when it comes to goals. I know how I have this, you have this. You achieve it, but we have our own personal relationship or marital goals. And if I see like, okay, when it comes to like, if I say I want to have kids, you don't want to have kids, I'm not gonna bother wasting
That
my
like a
time being with
conflict.
you.
Exactly, that's like a
because it's
conflict.
like, what is the point?
What's the point?
You know.
Exactly.
But separate goals, I think, is very important, and also just have some partner who understands you want certain thing, and also pushes you and encourages you to reach there. When they see you lacking and see you getting all procrastinating, be like, babe,
Come
you
up
ain't
now.
whopping,
Do what
you
you gotta
ain't
do,
studying,
yeah.
you ain't doing this. Let's go. Or if you know they play basketball, why you don't go to practice today? Why you exercising? Go get yourself together. So I think those things are just very important. Are very important. So, but anyways, let us guys know what you think and your thoughts.
So on that point, I was watching a video, and this woman was, to elaborate on the point Elizabeth was just saying. I was watching a video, and the lady was saying, she was saying basically, the man was asking her, is there a difference between someone? Do you want a man who makes a lot of money or a man who has a lot of time? And I think the lady made a really great point, and she was saying basically, you need to first know, what do you want out of a relationship. If time is important for you, that means you want a man who's coming home at 5 o'clock, who could have dinner with you and the kids. She's like, then go for that. But then you need to understand that money, living a lavish life, is not part of that equation, because that man needs to work a normal amount of hours, unless he's rich. But most rich people focus on a bag. He gonna work a regular job. You're gonna live comfortable, but you may not be going on a yacht and on a 5-star vacation every other day.
Not going away on vacations very often and stuff like that.
She was like, if that's what you want, then choose a man who can offer you that. And she was like, if you want to live a rich, lavish lifestyle, then choose a man who offers you that. But be very much aware that that man will not be there at 5:30 p.m. to have dinner with you and the kids. He's probably not going to be home a lot of times because he's focused on his businesses, on his bag. And I find that that's a really good point. And going back to what Elizabeth was just saying, and Rosa as well, you want somebody to match your hustle. I agree. Thanks. I'm a person, I'm like that. I really focus on the bag. I have certain goals in mind, and sometimes it's like you
tunnel vision.
You tunnel vision, my eyes on the prize, and I just focus on that. But if I have a partner who want me to be home all the time, that might create a clash. So I am happy that my partner is also focused on his goals and growing his business and stuff. So sometimes when the schedule don't align to do certain things, you're like, okay, babe, it's for the better good, right? So it's for the betterment of your goals together. Like, we want to live a nice, comfortable life. We want to have nice things. We like to travel. We like to, maybe you want to buy something for yourself that might be on the more, it's not everyday, but might be on a more expensive side. Or you just want to be able to, I find money is not, I just say money is a means to an end. I don't care about money for the financial, for like the gain of luxury. I care about the opportunities that money creates.
Yeah.
So for me, for example, I would say, I do work hard. You do focus on this, but you work hard so that you could go and spend more time with your parents.
Exactly. Go on vacation.
If you have maybe a better salary than you would be making if you would work somewhere else or doing somewhere else, you now could have the luxury of taking extra time so that you could focus on things that are important to you. Being able to spend more time with friends, going out, doing certain activities. That just create opportunities that create memories.
Yeah.
For me, that's how I see money. I don't value money like, I need to have a BMW so I could prove to people that I got it like that. Or I need to wear a Gucci belt or a Gucci bag so I could show people that I got it like that. Because I feel like sometimes people confuse the two in the sense that you feel like, okay, people working so hard, but we got to show. They have many rich people probably crossing us every day, and they just live a modest lifestyle. They just want time for whatever. Maybe they want time. Maybe they want to create certain opportunities. Maybe you want to build a legacy for your kids and leave something so that they don't have to work as hard. So your goals and the type of partner that you have do have to align to that sense. So if I'm a person and I really value, like, my man being home, dinners with the kids, us helping them with homework, doing all of these things, I'm going to look for a man who can provide me with that. I'm not going to look for a man who's rich, hustling, and then try to morph him into what I'm looking for in a man, because I feel like it's never going to work. We have two different type of lifestyles. And everybody ain't made for the hustle, and everybody ain't gonna be a hustler. And baby, it don't gotta be like that. Some people just comfortable working a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
and coming home and having just enough salary, a little more than enough, so that you could do things here and there. But you don't have maybe a super big savings, and that's okay. And then they have other people who want to have a big savings and travel 6 times a year and do other things and buy stuff and provide for other people, and that's also fine. But then we just need to focus on finding people that fits our lifestyle.
Yeah, but that's
and
going
fits
back
our
to what
goals.
Elizabeth said about being compatible. That's like one of the main big points, because I feel like if you're compatible with a person, like all of these things going to just align. You're going to just come.
But I think the women want a man who make a lot of money. A lot of women.
That's
You want a man. I want my man to make a lot of money, and I want him to spend every afternoon with me. And when I ask him to go on 6 dates, he needs to be able to go on 6 dates. And it's like, sis, are you okay? Are you thinking clearly? Because you want to have 6 kids and you want to have dinners at 5 a.m. But a man telling you, listen, I'm a hustler. I want to be in my bag. So don't expect that from that man. And of course, the relationship ain't gonna work out because you ain't no hustler, sis. You a 9 to 5 type of chick, and there's no problem with that.
Exactly.
You a 9
when
to 5
when
type
you
of
outside
man.
grinding, you home. That's when you're feeling alone. But you should go and get a bag
yourself
too.
a hobby.
Exactly. Go and get a bag so then you don't feel
Because
alone.
we as women do have high expectations of, oh, a man needs to be able to take me to the spa. I want to be able to do my nails. I want a man to pay for my hair. Well, sis, that's not a 9 to 5 man. Because his little salary as a manager at Burger King is not going to be enough to do all of those things for you.
True.
Because to go lay a wig costing you 100 euros and that ain't even the cost of the wig. To do nails, you paying 50, 60 euros for it.
Mm-hmm.
To go on a date, when a man gotta take you on a date, if he take you to fucking McDonald's, you're gonna be offended.
It's true.
Like the lady from the Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly. She was
She was
offended.
mad as hell.
So it's like how you want all of these things, but you also want your man to be home every day at 5 o'clock on the dot to have dinner with you because you just prepared supper. It's not realistic.
It's not. That's what you gotta choose. If you want a man that's a hustler and got a money, or you want a man that 9 to 5, you can come home, be playing game all day. Nah. And
Would you be offended if somebody take you to the Cheesecake Factory?
I wouldn't be
No.
offended.
The Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been there, but I know it got good food.
I wouldn't be
I've
offended.
been there. The food is good.
But
It's
I
kinda
feel like-
buffet, like
Some women, they just want to be. She wanted to go to a fancy restaurant just to post it on her Instagram and not even show the man face.
But I
feel like a
think
lot
the
of
man was her type. to
But
be
she was
honest.
late to begin with. That way she had to go to alternative.
But I don't know why she make a big scene for all of that. Like,
Okay,
it's
so
just
does the first date that a man take you on, does it need to be expensive? Would you be offended if it's not?
I'm not gonna be offended because look, the first date is for me to get to know you, talk to you, bro. We could just sit on in a fucking car in the beach or whatever. Like, I would not be offended. I did not understand why she got offended, but I feel like she's one of these city girls, you know, gotta
City
be
girls wearing a Shein
expensive.
dress? Because she was wearing a dress from
Gotta
Shein,
be-
sis.
I did. Gotta be in the luxury.
I would
most
expect if you
expensive
got all of
things.
this expectation, you would be coming out in dress to impress.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I not really a materialistic person, so I not going to get together with somebody just because he could take me driving around in a BMW or stuff like that, expensive stuff. That don't really matter to me. It's just the time, you know, spending time with you, quality time, and if we're compatible or not. If you like to travel, if you like things that I like, if you're a hustler, those things I want to know on the first date, like what you got, your life goals, long term, short term. That's what I'm mostly interested in. I don't care if you're taking me to expensive restaurants or not. I would fucking go to the Cheesecake Factory for a first date. Yes, why not?
I don't think the first date need to be expensive because, like, can you imagine blowing up 300, 400 on somebody and then realize
Are
you
you
don't
not
even like
even,
them?
are you not even compatible?
Like, I can't imagine doing that. Even if I was a woman who taking a man out, I wouldn't do that. I could say, okay, let me go to the movies or something.
Yeah.
Watch something. I think first date should be like something. It has inexpensive, chill, something that you could like basically focus on each other.
Exactly, I
just
was about to
talk.
say that the first date
It
always should
doesn't
be
need to
somewhere
be
like you could
expensive.
talk.
Listen, you know, a guy brought me on a first date. He was like, we gonna go for breakfast. I went in the city. You know, he bring me McDonald's, but I didn't say anything. Don't laugh.
No, I don't want to laugh. It's how you saying it. Like,
Okay, sis. I'm not gonna complain about the Cheesecake Factory, but
He
you could have
went-
bring me to
I didn't
have pancakes and all you can eat pancakes for 10 euros.
I went, but I didn't complain. But of course, he wasn't my type still because you know what he did.
what you do?
he was so nervous. He brought his other friends too.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So it was a group date.
No.
It was very awkward for me.
No. That is not a first date. That's like a freaking
Because
double date.
I was
Just-
like,
I find what would have been a nicer initiative, because like I say, it doesn't matter about the material.
the
like,
thing is, I
cost.
didn't know where we was going. He said we would go in the city and stuff like that. He said, okay.
You have
And-
Will's pancakes in them, huh? I used to go there a lot. I mean, it's not expensive, but it's not cheap. It's kind of like mid-range.
I had just moved here. We were like, I was like maybe 2 years older than him. So then
Okay.
Yeah.
That
I
I
had
understand
just
now.
moved here. And
Oh, let me talk
everything.
about
Lil
that.
hold me some grace. He
Dating
was
men that
younger than you.
so-
I was 2 years older than him. I just
Nah, sis,
I
that
had-
was the red flag already. Come on.
no, but look, my friend, she married her man 3 years ago and they all married and thing. So I don't believe like the years apart because you got people who young and very mature.
That's
But
true. Like
so
me.
we was talking, so I was like, okay, let's go. And then I was like, okay. But it was funny because he was like, yeah, he is a shy person, so with his friends it make him feel comfortable. Then I was very uncomfortable.
But why he should have make it a double date, not bring all your friends? I would be like, we can go a double date with my friend and his girlfriend.
Oh,
It would have been more.
they could have do something active, like play bowling or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
'Cause
But
then
it was
it's
just
really
him,
fun.
me and
But
him,
in a McDonald's
and
sitting
like
down.
3-4 of his boys, and they were just like
What the
there,
heck?
and like they was like
They was
saying-
giving him pointers.
It was very awkward for me because I'm like,
How
okay,
long you sit there?
how do I
I would have
navigate?
stayed there for 2 minutes. I would have been like, bye.
I eat my food.
Elizabeth, make sure get her belly full.
I on the way house, I might as well eat. We talk, and then
What you talk about?
I don't remember. That was a long time.
It was not important.
But I eat my belly full. We talk a bit. After like 30 minutes, I was like, yeah,
Time
I
to
want
go.
to go home. And then he was like, why? I was like, I just realized we not compatible. It's not gonna work.
You extrovert and he introvert. That definitely not gonna work.
I mean, they have people who are introvert and very
They
nice.
have people who introverted.
But I thought that was just
But I think
very
it just
awkward.
depends.
I just felt I was in an awkward position. I was like,
I think he's
whoa.
also just too shy.
Definitely.
Because
too
you
shy.
can
If
be
you can't
introverted
even,
and then around people who you're comfortable with, you
extrovert.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was so funny because after the whole thing, a couple of days after he hit me with all type of talks on the phone, I was like,
Oh, his friends are texting for him.
I was like,
Mm-mm.
no. But now I just see him every now and then, and he just hear me up. But I just be like, he just want to notch. I'm like, no, it's
awkward.
okay.
Nah. It's
I
a
I'll
one
take
and
you
done.
next.
Yeah, it just wasn't comfortable for me.
For me personally, I always said, like, if I have sons, and I just tell my male friends as well, like, a first date, take somebody to breakfast or take somebody to lunch. Because then you could really take your time to get to know that person, one, and you shouldn't spend a bunch of money. You could do 30 euros a person.
Mm-hmm.
I find that would take you to a nice place where it ain't gonna be too ghetto or too something. You could have a nice breakfast and just sit down and talk about things, or a nice lunch and talk about things. Because I need to be able to get to know you. I don't feel personally,
Yeah.
I feel a lot of the pressure is on the men to spend all this money on a woman, and I might not even like you.
Yeah, sure.
By the first 2 words that come out of your mouth, I might be put off. So why should I spend 300 euros to watch you take pictures of your food, snap freaking photos of yourself, and post it on Instagram, but it's a nice date, and you ain't communicate not 2 words to me? So it's like, I find it so disrespectful, and women almost expect this. So that's why if I have sons in the future, or I would tell my nephew, my brothers, my cousins, the same thing. Like, if you're meeting a girl, you want to get to know her. And when you get to know that person and you feel like, hey, there's a click, then you could go and be like, okay, I'm going to take you to a nice
Expensive
dinner
restaurant
place,
and things.
or let's do some other fun stuff, and vice versa. Because I just feel like, yeah, a lot of the pressure's on the men, and some of these women is just, they don't bring nothing
Yeah,
to
but
the
I
table.
feel
why
like
they
women
put
that
it
is be
social
like, oh
media.
yeah, I need this. I need my man to be a provider. He need to be making 100K a month and stuff like that. Can you do that, sis?
They,
Are you making 100K a month? Like, I don't agree with that. Yes, I need my man to be a provider, but I am also a provider. If he need me to ride for him, I can ride for him. Oh, sorry. But yeah, like, a lot of women require so many things from men. and they can't even do half of the shit, or if not none of the shit that they require.
But you know, I think
I don't agree with that.
social media. Like a lot of women, they just want to front for the book so they
That's
can
what I was
see,
saying.
like on high demand. Oh, I am at
A high value one.
I am at a fancy restaurant. Look at the steak, yeah.
But I also show me
They
people
just
who-
want to, you know.
They just want to show people, like, I feel like you
But I feel
false
people who
advertise
like
it.
to stunt is people who come from nothing or ain't had nothing.
Like my mother
Because
said, never see, come see.
If you're comfortable treating yourself to a nice steak, it ain't gonna be something that you feel when a nigga take you out. The first thing you gotta pull out is your phone. I find it's also disrespectful. I take my time out to go on dinner with you, and the first thing you gonna pull out is your phone to do your thing. Like, girl, haven't you ever been to a restaurant? Because you say you're a high value woman. Or like, do you need to wear this?
She need to stunt for the gram. You ain't hearing? She an influencer. That's what they call it now.
What the influencing?
I know who the influencing, but I
That's
would
what
hope
they
not my
say.
kids
The
and nobody.
influencers.
They
They gotta post
influential.
everything 24/7 from they wake up, where they going, what they eat.
I would hope that the new age
But that's what
generation
it is, really.
we are
Yeah.
shouldn't be able to be so influenced by people. You gotta. I'm so glad how my parents raised me. You gotta teach your children to be leaders and not fucking followers.
Facts.
Come on now. I mean, to say all these children want to be like, oh, couples goal and this. How about you be your own goal?
Yeah.
How about you focus on yourself? Like, if you requiring, like Rosa say, 100K from a man, how about you bring at least 80, 90 to the table, sis? Because you requiring something that you can't even give.
Exactly.
When Christmas come around and Valentine's, y'all trying to offer these niggas some fucking pussy as a fast day.
That is not
a
no
gift.
Cause he getting that almost every day.
Every day you put on a lingerie that you buy for yourself, and now that's a fucking gift. Like, what do you bring to the table? Can you motivate him? Are you pushing him with his goals? Are you able to, when Christmas come, you could buy your man something nice too, bitch, because your man working hard to buy you shit all the time. He paying for your shit all the time. Can you bring him some breakfast sometime?
Yeah.
Or buy him something that he likes? Like,
You know, a lot of women don't realize men like when they are also spoiled.
They
don't
like
feel
to be pampered,
and
of
they
course.
don't want to say it, but you could see
But
it.
they like
They
that.
how
I
they
think
behave.
so
They're
too.
like, oh, they blush a little bit in the inside. They be like, that's
They do.
sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah,
Cause
they
they're like, oh, for once, I ain't got to spend. Woo.
I think I'd like to spoil my man. I feel like if my man treat me good, baby, I would like to spoil you and treat you good too. So it's like, what you require from somebody, be able to reciprocate that.
Exactly.
Because if you can't, you have no room to talk. You have no space to talk. You should just hush.
Yeah.
Somebody said something, you know.
Somebody say something?
Ooh, what?
What?
Anyways.
Read it?
I can't read it upside down. Hold on. No, never mind. It is what it is.
Yeah, I just feel like, yeah, so it's important for you to be able to be on the same level with your man and offer your man the same thing. So,
Viewers, what do you guys think? You could type to see what you think. I see
Yeah,
somebody
you guys can
send a
type,
heart.
are you
What do you think?
what
Yeah.
do you think, yeah.
Yeah, I just think, yeah. I don't know, man. If I was a man, some of you girls would see hell. because you're not gonna make me feel less of a man because I can't buy a Birkin bag. I gonna send you right back to your mama house.
It's true. Buy your
can you buy your own
Birkin
self
bag,
a Birkin
bitch.
bag? Can you
But
spend
that what I
100K on
saying,
your
like
own
all these
stuff?
women be requiring so much expensive shit, but they can't even provide
Like
that shit
me?
for themselves.
You see, I happy how my parents really raised me. Like, I like nice things, but they always teach me to be humble.
Humble.
Don't
facts.
make somebody feel like because I don't know. I think a lot of women think because if a man could buy you these things that make him a man, you want somebody relationship, you're like, oh, but look, he taking her on vacation, but behind closed door they doing karate. You know what I mean? He finished, beat her up, and he said, as a gift, I'm sorry.
It's true. You don't
let's
know
go
how that
on-
person
You
get
don't
that.
know.
It's
You
that.
don't know if they're doing
I agree.
karate.
Look at a cold Kiki Palmer shit. Everybody has something to say about it. She want no. Well,
Full
she was just
custody of her-
granted
of her-
full soul
she get that?
temporary sole custody over her kid, and now it's coming out that a man was being abusive. I mean, I think we could have made that assumption based on how he reacted to her outfit. Because I mean to say she's. You see, there's the thing also with insecure people being with secure people. And I'm gonna say men and women, because some women so
yeah.
insecure, y'all just make y'all niggas want to cheat. Bitch, I would cheat on you. But you always want to fucking be, who you talking to? People can talk to who the fuck they want to talk to. And people can have friends. And people can speak to these friends. It's all about the respect. Does your man respect you? Does your man bring that respect to the table? But it's like, I feel like the power ratio between her having so much money and being so influential and him not having as much as her, I think that sometimes makes men feel insecure that they feel like, oh, my woman making so much money, so I don't really have no say, so they feel now that they need to boss you around. I said, because I personally, if my man, baby, you wouldn't have, I don't know, but if my man be telling me that I can't wear this or wear that, like, I don't feel like you have a thing. I should know what respects look like.
I should feel comfortable in whatever I want to wear, not you.
So I feel like personally, I would want my man to feel comfortable around me, but I feel like men like that also shouldn't go and date women who make so much money more than them, because it's going to create a kind of power struggle between the both people. And I also feel like it's true what Elizabeth was saying, going back to the point that she was making, that some people, you seeing the man treating them nice on social media or buying them nice things, but you showing me all corners of the house at the end of the day. So I ain't trying to be in a situation like that, or I'm trying to pretend to be so in my relationship on Facebook, and he's such a great man, and as soon as they break up, you hearing how of a dog he is. Now he a dog, but bitch, you had him on a leash, so he was your dog just now. Like, so I'm like, yeah, you know, like, live in your reality. Focus on your mental health, people. Mental health is a big thing.
Very important.
I want people to be more confident in yourself as a woman. Don't exude jealousy and all of that. Like, know your place. If a man made you his woman, you're his woman, bitch. You don't need to fight for the position. He don't give it to you. So you don't need to be jealous and stuff like that. And same goes for men. If I give you the position of being my man, be secure that you are my man. And when I need somebody, I'm become my man, bitch. Because I'm a my man to fuck with you to death.
It's true, but also respect your relationship. Cause ain't nothing wrong with having friends opposite sex. It's just about putting the boundaries and respect. And if you don't put that, then you can't help if the person feel away. Because if you imagine you my man and then you giving another woman way more attention than you give me, then I have a problem with that. Because
of course, with respect. Look, if I have male friends, I just introduce those male friends to my man, so he knows that these are just my friends, and the relationship has to be a respectable one.
Exactly.
That's something that I should know already. But I feel like me going out and having a good time, or me being how I like, my man's supposed to be secure that you know the type of woman you have at home. Bitch,
it's true.
I know who, okay? This pussy don't pass around like a fucking teacup. So you need to be able to know that.
I understand. That's why I laughing.
From the video.
So I have an inside joke. So yeah, you need to be able to know the type of woman that you have at home and be confident
and
that she's okay, and trust your woman. And as well, if you have a man, trust your man. Like, don't be popping up every type of thing, because sometimes I don't want to say that, but I want to say that. So,
somebody say Lord Lizzie. Who say this? Let me see.
Josh?
Jay Backwell. Okay,
Josh.
yeah, Josh.
So I
shout
feel
out
like
to
shout out
Josh.
to Josh. Josh coming here
Thanks
next
for
month
watching.
to be good turn up. And that's my friend, nigga. So I feel like make sure that the relationships are respectful and stuff like that, and have trust in your man.
Yes,
like,
definitely.
Trust your man so he could move a certain way and he can respect you also. They gonna come hand in hand. If you show him that, hey babe, I trust you, it's okay for you to tell me, hey, you going out with Sandy and Petra and the boys, I don't care. But just be respectful and make sure that the interactions are respectful.
Of course.
Yeah, I think once you break that level of respect, that's when the woman wants to be like, who you going out with? Let me put a check on your phone. Like,
that's true. Look, like, trust.
Yeah.
Trust is the key to a successful relationship. But once you break that trust, it's very, very hard to trust you again. And now you feel like you have to work 10 times as hard for me to trust you. But nigga, you put us in this situation. So if I ask you who the fuck you talking to, you gotta fucking tell me, because it's your fault that now I fucking traumatized. But I must say, like, because sometimes, okay, somebody do you something, you forgive them.
Okay, hold on.
What happened?
Alright, continue.
Well, yeah, somebody do you something, you forgive them. And every time you nagging in the person's head, that's also annoying.
Yeah.
If you decide to forgive somebody, you really have to forgive them. And sorry guys, technical difficulties. But yeah, if you decide to forgive a person, I know it's easier said than done, speaking from experience as well. If you decide to forgive a person,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
We back on. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Oops.
What happened there?
Open this.
Oh.
The top. Yeah. Oh, let me end it. I guess. And now,
Yeah.
now I gonna share it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that later.
Yes, sorry guys, technical difficulties. But yeah, back to the point I was making is, let's be honest, like in relationships we all have our ups and downs, and once the trust is broken, this is what I was going to say. Once the trust is broken, it's very hard to trust that person again. But you can be able to trust someone again if they like acknowledge what they did wrong and they apologize for it, and then you see change behavior. If you see change behavior in that person, you can't be chastising them all the time. Oh, who you going out? Wait, let me see your phone. Going through the phone, causing unnecessary arguments because you decide to forgive that person. So at some point, you have to let that go and not try to justify that. Oh, yeah, but you do this the last time, blah blah. So I don't trust you. No, it's very hard to let go of that hurt, but you have to let go because you decided to stay and you decided to forgive them. So that was my point. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's true because I think a lot of people have this problem where you say, "Yeah, I forgive you for what you did to me," but you still bringing it up and up. Because then you ain't truly forgiving because it then at some point it does get annoying. It doesn't make no sense to continue what we had. Because if you don't trust me anymore, you don't. Then what was the point?
Exactly.
There's no point else. Like, you know
trust
what?
is
If
the
you
main
feel,
thing.
I feel also people need to know this. That if you know you're a person who can't let go, just end it. Because if you know you're gonna always keep bringing it up, just I'm not saying you're gonna forget, but also if you say I am past this, you know, we work on things, we move on. Move on for if you're moving on for real, move on for real. If you're going to, if you know your
but
person,
that have to be from both parts because he can't come and say, "Oh yeah, babe, I'm sorry for cheating on you," and then tomorrow he know you're the next fucking bitch.
Of course, if somebody show you they change it, allow them to think. But if you know your person who just cannot let go of things, I think the best thing for you to do is just end it because then you don't just keep bringing it up.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself. You're hurting yourself in the process. Yeah,
in the process. So I think you just need to know yourself as a person, and if you know you cannot, just close it, like I would say. Close it. So yeah, let us guys know what you think. But we are we've been on for almost an hour, guys. So we soon about to like wrap this up in a bud.
Yes.
But just to summarize everything, I would say self-love is very much important. You know, that's key. Understanding and knowing yourself, and also knowing who you are in a relationship and who you're getting in a relationship with. Once you understand those aspects, it makes life easier in choosing a partner and living with someone or being with someone. And until you haven't figured out such things, the best thing you can do for yourself is just focus on you, focus on God, and let him do the rest. Let him take the wheel.
Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah.
Yes. So I gonna piggyback of what Elizabeth said. You know, have a lot of self-love and take care of yourself first before anyone else. Be comfortable with being with yourself. Nothing wrong with being with yourself. It just gives you more time to work on the person that you are and work on your own goals and expectations.
Yeah. So this is the end of our second episode. Thanks for joining, and until next time.
Bye.
Bye.